Hi guys, I am going to do an updated video. I did last year kind of like quick differences between the babies. I am missing a G6 original RealCare 1, whichever you want to call them, but right there I have a couple of the items that work with them, so I'm showing you what goes with each baby. But since I'm missing that one, I'm not able to show that one, but I have, like I said, a couple of the items right there. So anyways, we have got a beginner care right here, a RealCare 2, a RealCare 2 Plus, and a RealCare 3. And above you, you can see the different items that is required to make them work, and then there's a few items on top of them. So I am going to individually go over each baby quickly and kind of just a quick overview. I'm going to be doing in-depth videos of each type again. I did them last year, but I'm going to kind of update them because at that point, I don't believe I had a RealCare 2. I know I did not have a 3, and I know I did not have a beginner care. Yes, I did have a RealCare 2. I believe I had Kim's RealCare 2 at that point, but I just had a 2 and a 2 Plus. And then I had my electronic neonate and standard baby think it over. I am going to do the electronic neonate, the weighted neonate, and the baby think it over all in one video just because it's easier, because I didn't have enough room as well. So I am going to start with the beginner care. And as you can see, he doesn't have a whole lot. He just has his ID, which is similar to the G6 or RealCare 1. He has his key to get in the back, and then 4 C batteries. That is all you need to make him work. You don't need any special diapers, you don't need any bottles, nothing at all aside from batteries, teacher key, and the ID. After I go through a quick overview, I'll flip them all over to show you their backs. And then, like I said, up here is the Generation 6 or RealCare 1 items. And there's typically 2 diapers. I only have 1. There's this ID. These are the same IDs. They work the same. As well as I have a third type of IDs that I have listed on eBay. And that are these ones. So these will work for the beginner care or the RealCare 1. And then they have 2 diapers. There's usually there's the one that has a dark blue patch and then that one that has a white patch. If you only have 1 diaper for them, you can actually just flip this over and it'll work to do the diaper change. In fact, I know some people that only have 1 diaper like this for their Generation 6. Moving on to the RealCare 2. As you can see, she has the flat dark gray ID. She also needs the teacher key. She uses 2 diapers. She has 1 on. And they're going to be green or yellow patch diapers. And then she also uses 4 C batteries. Then we have got the RealCare 2 Plus. And I actually forgot the charger for these 2. But, yeah. I'll take that back. I have a charger right here. So both of these 2 are chargers. Well, these 2 and the G6 need batteries. And this one is brand new because I sell these on eBay as well. So these 2 use a charger like this. So it's nice to have the teacher key for them, but you don't necessarily need it. As long as the batteries work properly, that's all you need. But once again, he has this dark gray flat ID. He has the green and yellow diaper as well. And the difference between this one and this one is this one charges. That's the only difference between these 2. The difference between this one and this one is obviously there's a big one. Oh, and all of them but the beginner care use a bottle like that have a sensor in it. Including the Generation 6, the RealCare, the Generation 6 RealCare 1, the 2 the 2 Plus, and the 3 all use that bottle. He does not need any sort of bottle, just him and those few things I showed you. He has a RealCare diaper, or not a RealCare, a Baby Think It Over diaper on. It does not have any sensors in it, it's just the diaper. So yeah, the difference between these two is just the charging port. Now when we get to these two, there is a huge difference. You can kind of see that huge difference up by her head. So to start off, the 3 has the same ID as the 2 Plus, 3 all have the same ID. But you can see a stack of clothes behind her head aside from her diaper, because once again she does the yellow and green diaper. But she also has a winter bunting, a pajama, a 2-piece outfit, a green onesie, and then those things sitting on the top are the car seat sensors. Most schools use them in the car seat. Some schools I've actually heard put them in strollers because they don't issue car seats. But in order to make this baby work, you need all that because this baby has a temperature sensor in her. And she can detect if it's too cold or too hot. So if she's not dressed properly, it'll show what she's wearing because all those outfits have sensors in them. And then it'll also register what the actual temperature is. So if you have the baby in the winter bunting and it's 104 degrees out, it'll register that the baby is overheated. So there was a big difference between these two. This one also charges as well. And like I said, I'm going to flip them all over in a second. But there was a big jump between the 1 and the 2 because the 1's head flopped back, where the 2 Plus and the 3, they have rolling heads. The 1 also did not have an anti-prop feature, so like when you feed any of these 3 babies, you must have some sort of motion while you're feeding or they'll start crying. The 1 you can just put in a car seat and just put the bottle propped up and you're good to go. These 3, like I said, you have to have motion. This one you can't even put it in a car seat to prop the bottle because, or put it in a car seat to rock it because it'll show with the car seat sensors. These 2 you could have them in the car seat and rock them and have the bottle propped up, or have, if there's a breastfeeding patch, have that like attached somewhere. So between the 1 and the 2, they made the anti-prop feature and they changed the head. And the body and the back is a little bit different. The body on the 1 is like very boxy, and these ones have more of a natural, aside from, oh, he does too. They have a more natural back curve to them. Then there was only the change between these 2 was the charger, and also this one uses the communication pod or the X stick where this one can't. And that one can only use that. So that's why I have these up here. So I've got my orange controller. My orange controller can do my 2 Plus. It can also program a Generation 1. The X stick up there will only program on the 2 Plus and the 3. The 3 can only be programmed by the X stick. The 2 Plus can still use that controller. So I'm going to quickly flip them all over so you can see the backs of them. And you will see on the back of the 2, there's also this spot that you can use the old IDs with. Looks like I need to charge up. So now you can see the backs of the babies. So this will work with him at 1, and if you need to use it with that one, you can. But I believe you have to use the dark blue control that's like a box shape that came with the 1 to program the 1. That one will program the 1 and the 2. And then when you use that, you have to use this to program. And as you see, they got rid of that spot in these two because that's where they put the charging ports. And as you can see, these guys have like a kind of natural contour to their back. The ones are really boxy in the back and they're square. And then like you can see, he does not have a patch on his bottom, and you can see kind of the outline on their bottoms for their diapers. But yeah, this is what the backs of them look like. If we open up, there it is. If we use the teacher key to open up one of these two, you can see you install the batteries. This is the information. This is kind of similar to a standard. There's no control needed, and you just program them through this way. The RealCare Baby 2, you can just see that all you need to do is put the batteries in, but then you program it with that control or the other boxy control. And these two I'm not even going to open up. Well, I can open up one, because they're the exact same once they're open. If I can get him open. There we go. And there's their batteries. And she has the same back in the batteries. So, those are the quick differences between the Beginner Care, the RealCare 2, the 2 Plus, and the 3. So, I hope that answered a few questions. And like I said, I'm going to redo their videos that I had done last year to talk about the differences between them, or kind of individual differences between them. Because I know a few people had some questions that I didn't really touch upon in those videos, and I didn't have a 3 or the Beginner Care. So I'm just going to go through and redo all of them. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you all later. Bye!